Welcome, everybody. It is Sunday. It is 7 p.m. Welcome to the War Room. We are on episode number 6. We're talking about phone apps.
Yay.
Yeah.
Joining us today, we affectionately call him Little Josh because we already have a big Josh from
Yes, you
Paranormal
do.
Parkour.
Well,
Hello.
welcome to the War Room.
Yeah. I'm Josh from Paranormal Parkour. As a new age ghost hunter, let's see, our team was founded in 2023. So I feel like I can provide my theories, my experiences, and even skepticisms with these ghost hunting apps we use. And yeah, thank you for inviting me into the chaos. I'm not here to mitigate it. I'm just here to add to it.
Well, as my mentor once told me, you can be in this field for 30, 40, 50 years. You have to be a teacher, but you also have to be willing to relearn new things. You're a
Very
teacher
wise.
and a student at the same time.
Absolutely.
Very wise.
Because technology changes, it moves very quickly. Now, other topics we've had leading up to this was research, why research is important, preparation, getting everything together, your setup. Episode 4 was on the budget. I guess phone apps would kind of technically be on a budget, but also another means of working things. So let me throw this to James.
Yeah. What do you want to know? Because God knows, phone apps are not my thing with ghost hunting. Granted, I've used a couple, but none of them are really. They're mostly all entertainment related. I've not really found a good one to use on a consistent basis that's trustworthy.
All right. Well, I know some of the ones that we've used, that you've used
Yeah.
as well on a case, was the Necrometer. Was a good app.
I don't have that one. You have that one.
Yeah, I've got that one. That one seems to spit out a lot of good information.
Yeah.
Necrometer's good.
There was the SCD-3, which we used in the Klondike, and that one was where we were getting Charles McCormick coming through and yelling at us for 15 minutes.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Josh, you tend to use some phone apps as well as other gear.
Yeah.
You want to give your 2 cents on apps that you've used, apps that you would recommend, and apps you would dismiss right off the bat as entertainment?
Yeah. So I've downloaded several. The ones that I ended up not liking, I don't remember the name of, but there's some that I found work really well. Some that I just did not have luck with, or just don't like how they function. I do have a top 3. Number 3, I have the Necrometer. It probably would be higher, but it's $9.99 in the App Store. And you want to talk about budget? I'd probably rather buy a burrito. But honestly, from what I've seen, that's a very popular app, and we've had great success with it. You guys, or you, Darren, especially last time, how we got Kate and reflection in the mirror, which is exactly what we were talking about, and it's just it's just crazy. So to me, that app's legit, and I've seen other teams use it, and it seems like it works pretty well. Number 2, I would probably say is GhostTube. I like that one because it has a lot of other extensions you can use with it. I actually downloaded the Seer app recently because I've seen you use it, and I kind of want to give it a try in my next investigation, which I have an announcement to make for Paranormal Parkour at the end of this podcast. That's pretty huge that I want to tell people, but we'll get into that at the end. Yeah, GhostTube. I think GhostTube is also great for beginners because if you don't have any other device, it's it can record, it can spit out words, it can be like an EMF thing, records videos, all that. So I think it's really cool.
Yeah, and you don't technically have to buy the subscription to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
No,
mean, the subscription it goes for a year, and all that basically gets you is you can record more stuff.
Exactly.
But it'll give you a basic, and like Josh was saying, that there are different extensions to Ghost Tube. There's the standard Ghost Tube. There's the Ghost Tube EVP, which is brand new.
Oh,
The Ghost
Ooh.
Tube Seer, the Ghost Tube SLS, and the Ghost Tube Vox VOX.
Yeah, see, and I have about 4 of those, and yeah, I mean, when we were doing that Chapman Landing, that's the Ghost 2 is the one I was using out there.
yeah. Chapman Landing was insane communication. And like Darren was saying, you don't have to pay for it. I've never paid for it. I have GhostTube on my phone. I've posted videos from GhostTube with success. It's been great, you know. So you don't even have to have the full version. Obviously, you can do more with it, but you don't need it.
Yeah. The only plus to having a subscription is you can record more time on them.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're limited to like
Now-
1-minute videos.
Yeah. Now, see,
Otherwise-
like I use my phone a lot to record out there.
Mhm.
So, like, if I don't have any other cameras or anything, I've got the subscription for the Ghost Tubes. And that way, if my memory on the phone is getting used up, I can switch over to Ghost Tube to continue videotaping. And I'm
Yeah.
going to have that extra 10 hours of videotape ready to go.
Nice.
It's a fallback. I mean, I think it's basically $9.99 a year, but it is nice to have that just little bit of a backup, so I don't burn out my phone and fill up the memory.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
All right, and your number one.
Yeah, number one, undeniable for me and my team at this point. It's the Spirit Contact Talker app. Now, anyone who has seen Paranormal Parkour's investigations, we've used this app in several haunted locations, always on airplane mode and permissions turned off. You have to do that just to avoid skepticism. And I'd be very skeptical if I didn't have a microphone on it turned off, because it's just the amount of relevant things that come through and haunted locations is just. I mean, even last time at Chapman Landing, we were talking about how the boyfriend killed the girlfriend, and what did we get on my app? It said he killed, and then a little bit later, Katie. It's like,
And it also said hammer.
oh yeah, one of your devices said hammer. That's true. It's just, and you got Kate on yours. It's just like all these. I don't know if I should go into that now or later. Maybe I'll save it for later. But
Okay.
It's just I kind of have a lot to talk about, but yeah. I mean, the Spirit Contact Talker app. I'll give you another example. We were in Cathedral Park. This was our best investigation. This turned me from very close to non-believer to, like, right now I'd say I'm 99% believer. Like, it's pushed me that far. And we had a cat ball set up on a log. We were talking to Thelma Taylor, and it really seemed like we were communicating with her with everything we were getting. And our device, or the cat ball goes off 3 times in a row, once on command. And our device says, take photo. So what do? I pull out my camera, I take it by where the cat ball was going off, because I figure that makes sense, and I take the photo. Cat ball wasn't going off at the time. This was like a few minutes after, but that's where the activity was. And I look at the photo, and there's this tiny little bit of mist. Could be nothing. I was like, well, that could be something, that could be nothing. Let me just take another photo, see if I can debunk it. Take the photo again. I say cheese. And sure enough, you get this literally like a spirit dude in the middle of the photo. It looked like it had eyes, a mouth, and a little hand, like just right above where the log was. And I'm just like, there's no way. I still like that video. It's on our channel, Cathedral Park, the investigation. That was the biggest moment. That was number 1, I think, in our top 10 evidence that we captured from last year. And I mean, yeah, that, like, you wanna talk about the amount of coincidences that comes out of these apps that correlate with other ghost hunting equipment, what are the odds that every single one of them has been coincidence? I mean, it's not just those two examples of Chapman and Cathedral. It's been like multiple locations. And you know, as I said, if my microphone wasn't turned off, I'd be way more skeptical. But you know, you have those permissions turned off, and it's just like you have location off, everything. It's just like the odds of everything being coincidence versus the odds of a spirit being able to manipulate the app is just, I mean, it's way more plausible that a spirit is doing it, in my opinion.
Right.
Now, I have some skepticisms. Are we going to get into Skeptic's Corner, or?
We could talk about the downside to it. Yeah.
Okay. So we could save that for later if you want.
Yeah. We can save a little bit towards.
Okay.
Yeah. I know that for me, I like the SCD3. It's a go-to for me.
Can you explain that one to me? Because I've only seen it from our last investigation. I've never actually used it or seen anyone else use it.
Actually, our favorite paranormal investigator, and I use the term favorite in a loosely based.
Zach Baggins, right?
Yep. I wasn't going to go there, but his team has started using a satchel, and it's basically speakers with a iPad with the SCD3 on it. And basically all that is, it's just basically a portal box, a digital portal box.
Okay.
And then you've got different like guitar pedals set into the app that you can adjust the reverb, the echo, the delay. I mean, it's basically just a portal box on an app. That's the one that we got Charles McCormick yelling at us for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe I should look into that one. That sounds like a good one.
I would say that's about my number 3.
Okay.
Necrometer would be my second one. First one would probably be a tie between GhostTube and the Banshee app. We were using the Banshee app, and Banshee just kind of goes through the internet radio pretty much and does basically what a spirit box does. We took it out to Scaponia Park years ago, and we were getting a lot of intelligent information coming back towards us concerning a team member. And I mean, we were just running the Banshee app for a while. It was just basically go out, test a bunch of apps, see what works, what doesn't. And this thing was coming through with information that was vital to him.
Personal stuff.
It was personal stuff. Now on that end, we kind of had, we try to explain it away a little bit. We try to always try to debunk your stuff. And if you can't debunk it, then you can go with it.
Even some of these apps that you download, it'll tell you like try to debunk your evidence, so.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of these apps are good entertainment. You can use them for what you need. There are some apps out there that basically will just like ghost detectors and stuff, where it's just sending up little blips and stuff on your little meter, and then I remember there was one I downloaded years ago. I don't remember what the name of it was, but it used your camera, so you can walk around your apartment or your house and be taking a video, and then it would had a little like radar underneath that, and then tell you where the ghost was, and you turn, and then a generic cartoon ghost would pop up on the screen. Yeah. I'm like, all right. It was a freebie. Yeah, but that's how you know what works and what doesn't work. Is sometimes you just got to download them, try them out, give them the shot.
Exactly.
I know there's one called the Hope Spirit Box. I don't use it a whole lot because it's not one you could just sit, on a bumper table. You got switches you got to use, and then you ask a question and you swipe this meter up and over. And I would say I trust it about maybe 15, 20% of the time.
Mm.
Okay.
It's a freebie. You can walk away with it being a freebie. GhostTube is always a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to get into a little bit of Skeptic's Corner a little bit,
Yeah. Do you want me to
so
start that off?
go ahead and start off Skeptic's Corner.
Gladly. So it's undeniable, right, that apps can never be definitive proof. Now, a little theory is that, someone once said that I believe a spirit can talk to us through a microwave if it wanted to. So, why not a much easier device specifically for helping them with communication? I'm going to get into the skeptic stuff in a minute, but like with everything else, how I think the app works, I think like with everything else, there is a learning curve for the spirits with the technology. In our experience, it's helped when we explain how it works to them or what it is. And while in haunted locations, when you're getting a string of relevant things coming through, that's a good sign of intelligent spirits. Now, the skeptic in me, I would say these apps are all designed for entertainment. No matter where you are,
Yeah.
it will spit out words. Hence, it can't be definitive proof. But as said, it really seems like in our experiences, spirits can manipulate the device. And as I've said before, you can avoid the skepticism by turning off all permissions possible on the app, and having it in airplane mode like we always do with the Spirit Contact Talker app, which we've had huge success with. But is there a little guy in the back of my mind that says it is possible, even if it's a 0.00001% chance, that everything you've ever gotten from these apps that was relevant is just a coincidence? That is highly possible. But it is more possible with how, I mean, this is my conflict right now. I'm just like skeptic, believer, like coincidence. But that coincidence is less likely than it actually being a spirit with everything that I've experienced. It's just like,
Well, that's the thing, is it's another tool in your tool bag that you can use. Like you said, that yes, sometimes, and this has happened to us in the Klondike, we'll be using some of these apps, even some of our top 3 apps. By the way, James, I didn't ask you about your top 3 apps.
Well, yeah, I don't have really 3 apps per se.
It's like, I don't even have a top 1.
Well, no, I mean, I do. It's pretty much what you guys pretty much have said already. I mean, for me, I think I don't have a 3. I just got pretty much 2. One's just the ghost hunting app, and then the GhostTube app. I've been using the GhostTube app a lot more frequently than I have in the past, and only because of where I'm at in the investigations, and that app seems to be more reliable with what's going on in the moment, and everything correlates. Yeah, coincidence, maybe, who knows? But yeah, that's why, every now and then, Darren, I'll ask you, what apps are you using? Because maybe I'll want to give them a shot and see how well they work for me and whatnot. But really, I only have those 2. Yeah,
Right.
I tried EchoVox a while back, but yeah, I wasn't getting too much anything with that. So
Yeah. Now, I'll throw it out there that if you've done your research and you've got your notebook, you got that already filled out. We always going to emphasize that we're taking it old school on that one. if you got your notebook, you got all your notes in there of a situation, and you know, okay, this building we're going into, here are the names, here are the people, here's the dates. What I find kind of cool is if you can take that information, you can take one of these phone apps and you could actually kind of compare the two of them. Or you can run a Spirit Box, a phone app, have your notes. And I think this has happened to us. I think the Klondike is about the only place that's really happened where we were able to, the phone app was giving us information that matched historical records 100%.
Mhm.
Nice.
And what it was saying and the names and the information all matched up was I would say one of our better nights.
Yeah.
See,
you know.
it's hard to dispute with stuff when stuff like that happens.
Yeah, because if you got your Spirit Box shouting out Charles, your phone app's calling out Charles, and you know your information, your history is, it was built by a man named Charles,
Yeah.
you know, then you can kind of do that. But, on the other hand, we've also taken these trusted apps, we've gone to a situation, we've had all the research done, and then the Spirit Box will just start spitting out weird names that have nothing to do with it. And I'm not just talking a Klondike, because a Klondike used to be a hotel, it's a restaurant. Hundreds and thousands of people, if not more, have been in and out of that building. We don't have everybody's name that's ever set foot. So
Right.
the Klondike would not be a good example for that one of saying, okay, yeah. But, you know, I mean, we did a residence eons ago. We tried a voice, a phone app, and what it was giving us did not match the owner's records. It did not match the history of the house, the history of the land, anything. It was just spitting out just complete and total BS. It was
Yeah,
crap. So
yeah, and I mean, you could have been spirits refusing to cooperate with the app or not understanding it, and then there's the entertainment value of the app where it's gonna just spit out stuff anyways. I mean, if
Exactly.
you only get one relevant thing, I don't think that's enough. I think it's got to be like a string or multiple, or it's got to correlate with other ghost hunting equipments, or, you know, there's been times where things have happened on command with these apps, but yeah, not going to be 100% success everywhere you go for sure.
exactly. It's kind of like, you know, I know a lot of people don't do it now, but back in my day, you know, Friday night, 2:00 in the morning, somebody busts out the Ouija board in the late 80s, early 90s, and, you know, the beer's flowing and, you know, you're moving the planchette around. And, are you moving it? I'm not moving it. And you're getting messages that you can't correlate to anything. So some of these phone apps would be like using a Ouija board. It's entertainment. You're just sitting around with your buddies, smoking, drinking, whatever, and then playing with the planchette, you know,
Yeah.
having entertainment value to the whole thing.
I don't believe in the Ouija board, but our team has agreed not to ever use one just in case. Also, my fiance will not let me.
I have to admit, I do own a Ouija board because it looked damn cool. The planchette does not sit on the board or anywhere near the board in the same room as the board. So,
oh, that reminds me, another example of the Spirit Contact Talker app being very good. So we had an Estes method going. I believe Connor was in the Estes, or it was Nicole, but we got planchette on our Spirit Contact Talker, and then through an Estes method, Ouija board came through. That was said, and then a little bit later, planchette again came through the Spirit Contact Talker. That's the only time we've ever gotten that word, is in that moment, and out of all the times we used it. And they really wanted us to use a Ouija board in that moment, it seemed like. Yeah.
not today, Satan.
Not today, Satan. Yeah.
We never use Ouija boards. I mean, mine is a decoration. It was a a vendor at the Oregon Ghost Conference used to come in, and he had these beautiful boards. And I went ahead and I was like, I love this board. This is beautiful. So I bought it. I've never used it. Like I said, planchette is in one room. It's in the other room. They are not connected. They will never touch together.
There you go.
Yeah,
Your house will remain intact.
and I do not own a Ouija board, so there's no. Although I am working a case that someone did use a Ouija board on and quote unquote didn't close the portal. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, when I lived in St. Helens in our duplex neighbor actually played with a Ouija board, and I mean the difference in paranormal activity from that house to this, there's like this house is 100% not haunted. There's no activity. When I lived over at the duplex, we heard voices on the regular there, and it's not from the other houses. It was like inside the room with us, as well as things moving and walking, knocking, whatever. It's just that's the only time we've ever actually gotten a real EVP as well is in that house. We had Nicole tell Connor and I while we were at work, she's like, I've been hearing a lot of voices today in the house, and the chairs are making noise. We get home late. She's in bed. We're like, it's quiet. Why not just test out an EVP? So we had our little recorder with us. We asked some questions. Connor's question was the one that got an answer. He said, are you a little girl? Because multiple people on multiple occasions have heard a girl whimpering in the corner of our house. So that was his question. The answer we got was a clear whisper. We don't know what it said. It sounded like abandoned go. It was just like abandoned go. And like very clear syllable whispers. We gave like 10 to 15 seconds of silence for a response. We have not had any luck with our EVP recorder in any other location, mostly because it's been too noisy other places.
All right.
But that's probably the most undeniable evidence that I've gotten was just from because like I can't explain that. I can't. Like, what did the recorder malfunction? And it made a whisper with syllables. I don't know. This is the skeptic in me.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got 2 minutes left in the war room. You want to hit us with your big news there, Josh?
Yeah. Okay. So, shout out to Connor. You know, he's terrible, but man, does he get us some good locations. He's been trying constantly, year after year, to get us into the Klondike, and he finally succeeded. We are allowed 3 people, just me, Nicole, and Connor, for 3 hours in the Klondike. They originally said 1, but what can you do with 1 hour?
Yeah.
We're gonna be allowed in the upstairs room, or the second floor. I think we're gonna be allowed in the second floor for 3 hours, sometime this month. A date has been planned, but I don't really want to announce it. But that's the big announcement is we are going to be investigating the Klondike this month, and that's been on my bucket list since I've started becoming a ghost hunter, and I am so excited.
Second floor. Say hi to Frankie for us.
Frankie, the little boy. Yeah, I know.
Frankie, the little boy.
I believe. Yeah, I kind of know some history. I'm gonna do a lot more research. But I'm excited, and yeah. If you want to see what happens, Paranormal Parkour should probably have that video up on Halloween. That's my goal. I'm gonna have to stay up late to get some editing done, but that's my goal if I want to get that out by Halloween. And that's my news.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Absolutely. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're gonna tell everyone good night on the war room, and we will be back at 8 for Unleashed.
Anything will happen.
If you want to stick around for Unleashed, you're welcome.
What's happening there? I'm kind of hungry, so I don't think I will.
It's up to you, man.
Half hour.
I get you a half hour. Anyway,
I'll pass this time, but I appreciate you inviting me on this one.
All righty then. Yeah. All right, so everybody, we'll see you next week on War Room. See ya.
Peace.
See ya.